Oh, the spicy dancing. Oh, I'm in for a treat. Oh, oh my. It's getting hot in here.
That is such an overly long intro. But we are. I don't care. I love that intro. It's only a two-minute intro. So hey guys, welcome back to the Eclectic ADHD podcast. I'm your host B. This is your co-host Dakota. Grab a cuppa, get comfy, and enjoy the chaos. I hope you guys enjoyed our new intro. Our outro is the best, and I'm so excited for it.
As you guys can see, I am in a different chair today. Mainly because I got tired of using the old featuring the cowskin blanket.
I've told him it
I
looks
just told him what to
ridiculous.
do, didn't I?
I've told him it looks ridiculous.
It does not. It does not. Not as ridiculous as wearing a plaid with Grinch pants. Look, see, there he is, right there on my knee. I'm having a lazy day.
Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room.
Stop it.
A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. We're gonna do some Tell Anonymous as usual. It's taking me an age. How often do you drink alcohol?
I don't anymore. But it used to be every day.
Yeah. I've always kept away from alcohol. I've always been really responsible with alcohol. Especially in my youth. Being surrounded by alcoholics will do that to you. It can go one of two ways. It can go either you become one too, or you're like, yeah, no ta, that's not for me.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. I'll have
Although you recently discovered the pina colada.
Oh, that wasn't recent. I just forgot that it existed until you mentioned the flavor of your vape. I was like, that sounds like a drink I've had. What is it? And pina coladas? Oh, oh boy. Oh, those are dangerous. You'll notice that I'm holding the mic very close to my face right now, and I might be a little bit loud, but you're not hearing air coming from my end. You're only hearing air go from Dakota's end. So if you're hearing some background noise, it's on him.
Yeah, that's my laptop. I've got a little bit different of a setup this time. You guys are on my big monitor. So I've got a little bit different of a setup today, and because of that, my laptop is struggling just a little bit. Um, every single port on my laptop has something in it right now, so it's struggling a tiny bit. Usually, I just pull the laptop over and I have it sitting up right here in front of me, but today I decided to do something a little different.
I think you
So.
should go back to that.
Why?
So yeah, I stay away from alcohol. I'll have a drink every now and then, but that's like once in a blue moon. Do you have a crush right now?
Yes, it's that fine ass, sexy Scottish chick right there on the screen. I want to do so many unholy things to her. They will create laws for the things I do.
Yeah, I do have a big crush. He was
From
trimming
Jeffrey
his.
Dahmer, isn't it?
No, I've never. Everyone says that. Just because I talk about Jeffrey Dahmer all the goddamn time doesn't mean that I have a crush on him. He's fascinating. I don't sit there idolizing the fucker. He ate people. I don't like that. Oh my god! Why is he added me as a friend on Snapchat? Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Oh, we're all good. We're all
What
good.
the fuck just happened?
Oh,
I'm gonna need this information. Who the fuck is adding you?
Without
Name
saying
drop.
no, I'm not. I'm not. We don't do that on this podcast. Twin flame. My twin flame. Girl, not the boy.
The ex-boyfriend.
No, no, her current one. The one that I have beef with constantly because he always calls me short. And he sniffs clouds.
Oh, the ceiling sniffer.
Yeah, stealing liquor. Yeah, him. He added me as a friend on Snapchat, which is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's because
Yeah, well.
I thought it was someone else from the name, an ex, and I was like, what the fuck? But no, it's not him. We're all good. We're Gucci.
Yeah, no, tell him to fuck right off. He
Why?
just added you out of the blue? That's fucking cause for concern.
She's also sent me a message, so it's probably to do with that. They're together right now. Like in her house.
Yeah, but you haven't spoken to her? You haven't seen or spoken to either one of them in like a month.
I speak to her every single day.
Yeah, but you haven't seen him. That's the concern.
I
Are you
was
on
speaking
his
to him.
mind a month after seeing him last?
I was speaking to him today. I was sending her Snapchats, and he was also speaking to me through that. Tell me about his birthday.
Why should you care?
Just being nice.
Anyways, we'll move on.
What the fuck?
We'll move on. It's fine.
Okay. We'll talk about that later.
I'm seeing something that you're not. Yeah, I'm seeing something that you're not.
You're seeing something that isn't there.
You've said the same exact thing to me twice, and I was right both times. In fact, one of them flat out admitted it straight to your face. 3 years later.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this later because this doesn't need to be in the podcast. But I'm just gonna say you're wrong about this situation. Anyway, do you watch movies with subtitles? I do. Otherwise, I can't hear what they're saying.
It depends on which movies I'm watching. If I'm watching something like Lord of the Rings, yeah, probably, because a lot of times the captions will translate what they say in another language, depending on where you're watching it at. If you're watching it on Netflix, a lot of times they'll change the language over, or on Hulu or on Max, they'll change it they'll give you what it says in Elvish, and then they'll give the translation of that into English. And a lot of times, I like to know what they say.
I always have subtitles on, otherwise I can't hear them. It's Have you guys heard that TikTok audio that's like, and she was watching herself in the mirror and him and then she was back watching herself in the mirror. It's just like an audio that goes to complete mush whenever the person looks away. That's why I have subtitles, because that's what happens when they don't have subtitles. It's just not English to me. Even though I know it's English, I'm watching an English movie. It just doesn't sound like English. Or like, if they'll say something, I'm like, what? I beg your pardon. So to save myself having to go back and watch the same bit over and over and over and over again, I have subtitles. Um, is the kitchen your happy place? No, the fuck, it's not the happy place in my house. That place gives me anxiety. He
That's
hates
just
the
because of
kitchen.
Hoofield's.
No,
I do.
because
Indeed.
Hoofield's was fine. It was just, I just don't like the kitchen. I have kitchen anxiety. I don't feel like I'm allowed in my own goddamn kitchen sometimes. Even
Why?
because Mother Dearest would hit me in the kitchen if I went to go get myself some food at night because I was hungry. She would scream at me. So
It's so
every
fucking
time I'm
ridiculous when you
hungry,
go
I'm
out
like,
again.
every time I'm hungry, I have to like hype myself up and be like, it's okay, I can go eat. It's my goddamn house. I pay the goddamn rent. I can go eat. It's okay. Or if it's like 3 in the morning, I'm like, damn, I really like need a drink, and I'll like be halfway to the kitchen, and I'll realize that I'm sneaking around my own goddamn house. I don't need to sneak around my house. I have like severe trauma from that woman. She was a cunt. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this is just me who apparently just stomps around my fucking house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
milk
The
incident
milk
of 22.
incident.
Um, do you think it's weird for women not to shave? No?
I think it depends on what they're referring to. If they're talking about like puebes, no. But if you're talking about like underarms, like go for it. If you don't want to shave, that's fine. But that's not my cup of tea. That's weird to me, honestly. Especially if your armpit hair gets longer than mine.
My armpit hair's been longer than yours at one point. You said you didn't mind.
At one point, yeah, because it's you. You, I don't give a fuck. You want to turn into a woolly mammoth? Turn into a woolly mammoth. I will groom the fuck out of you. You want little bows in your hair? I'll put little bows in your hair. I don't care. We gonna do 100 brushes, and then we gonna do a bow, and then we gonna do 100 brushes, and then a little bow. But for other
Ew.
people, like if you're at a beach and you just raise your arms and you got hair poking out everywhere, the fuck are you doing?
No, women can do whatever the fuck they want with their bodies. Who are you to judge?
No, they can. They can. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like it. I don't
You
care.
you
For
kind of
you, I don't
remind me of.
care. For other people, I don't like seeing
Okay, well then cover your eyes. Judgy McJudgerson.
it. Judgy man.
You kind of remind me of my cousin. Okay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a
Sweet
bad thing.
home
What the fuck?
Alabama.
They didn't mean that!
You never know. There's some fucking freaks in this world.
Well, there is. Do you think it's right for guys to just see girls as objects to entertain them? No. What the fuck?
No.
I don't like that
Like,
answer.
no. Well, there's conversations that need to be had. Like you want to be a traditional wife. You want to stay at home and
Yeah,
keep
I'm not an
contained, and we've
object.
had conversations about our sex life. You're right. You're not. there's just times where you kind of have asked me to treat you like an object in the bedroom.
Oh, in our sex life, that's different. I want to be thrown around like a fucking
So
rag
that's
doll.
where I'm like, no, no, like, fleshlight is an
I've just
object.
remembered that we have a Facebook podcast and your mom might see this.
I am a sweet angel. It's all her. She's corrupted me. Mother, help! I love you.
Miss Dakota's mom, I apologize profusely.
I don't. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Also, you're like frozen and then lagging a lot. I don't know if that's going to transfer over to the final edit, but I don't think you should be having me
I
on
think
your
you're doing the
monitor
same
if you're
thing.
this laggy. So,
I think
I
it's actually just because of the battery percentage on my laptop.
that shouldn't be affecting
I'm high
anything.
performance right now.
Don't fuck around with
You're
things.
also really lagging behind as well.
Okay, so please stop touching things.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not okay for guys to see girls as objects just to entertain them in general. If y'all want to have sex and her be an object, that's fine.
Have a conversation. She's so cute.
Suck a bag. Ingest a bag of Richards, sir. You a summer or a winter person? I'm a winter person through and through.
Winter.
A winter. A winter. Why did you?
Winter.
Favorite color? A winter.
Purple.
Purple.
Why did you say it again?
I have several favorite colors. The color that brings me the most happiness is probably Viridian. A color that I wear the most is black. A color that I just love is blood red. I just love the way that it looks. Can you make cookies? I actually made cookies the other night with my niece.
No, I can't make cookies. I can't stop myself from eating the cookie dough.
As long as it doesn't have raw eggs, then you're fine. Even if it has raw eggs, you're generally good. Just like it's a bit iffy. You want to make sure that they're healthy, fresh eggs. You play soccer? If yeah, for how long? I actually did used to. You know that? I used to play football. I
I was 6.
all throughout primary school and a little bit in high school. I mainly only played football so I could get closer to my crush at the time. I was always a defender, but the one day that they put me in goal, which was when my crush noticed me, I didn't let a single ball get into that goal. Not a single ball. And it was the best thing ever. Everyone was like, we need to put her in goal again. Like, she is fucking amazing. And I was just like, he likes me. Oh my God. And then I went out with him, and he was only actually with me because of my mother's cooking, which was nice to find out. He just liked her mince and tatties. So,
Damn, name drop that motherfucker.
Josh Bentley.
Fuck his life up. Shame! Shame!
Um, that isn't his actual name. I hope you guys all know that. What's your favorite thing to do? Bed rot. No, horse riding.
Play video games.
My favorite thing to do if I could do anything in the world constantly, it would be horse riding or archery. That makes me feel nice. I'm so fucking good at archery.
My favorite
um,
thing to do, if I could do anything in the world, is you.
oh, you flirt, you little
I'm
sexy thing,
sorry.
you.
I can't.
Um,
I can't control myself.
oh,
Simp.
I says you. I would really like to be you. No, you wouldn't. How about that? No, you wouldn't.
You want
Um,
the crippling anxiety?
you want the fucking back pain? Something you're proud of about yourself. Ooh.
I managed to land the dream girl.
The fact that I am surviving solely out of spite.
See, I went sweet and romantic. You went dark and depressing.
Well, it's true. I am surviving only out of
You
spite.
both of them are.
I'm
I
not
know.
I'm not
You're
a
the best
dream
thing I could
girl.
have ever asked for.
Nobody can look at me and go, "You're my dream
You're
girl."
Scottish. You have tattoos, piercings. You're small. You have. Do I need to continue?
No. Because I know you're gonna mention my tits and ass next, so no.
I'm not gonna lie. I stopped right before tits.
I know you did. Is there a song you love singing?
Really. There's quite a few actually.
Pick one.
Few. Okay, you want the one that just came to my head?
Yeah.
Ah, Savannah.
A wimboy, a
Lion King.
wimboy, a wimboy, a wimboy. A wee,
Oh, what is on?
a wee, a bumblebee. Sorry. Um, a song that I love singing.
Ouch.
I like singing a lot of songs. My favorite one to sing right now, let me look it up. I can't remember
The one
its
you were singing
name.
earlier.
Which one?
The one you were
Oh,
singing earlier was Axolotl.
there's an axolotl on the pink stairs. Is an axolotl supposed to be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. There's an axolotl on the lawn chair. Is an axolotl supposed to be there? If you ask the axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. There's an axolotl at the front door. Is that what the welcome sign is there for? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then they both sing you a song. Beeple wobble, axolotl, beeple bobble, penguin waddle. We'll see you tomorrow. I fucking love that. Thank you guys so much for coming to my mini concert. I hate myself. I got a partner right now. Well, tell you what, my guy, is gonna be a real fucking surprise. No. Don't! We will get banned. Put that down. I'm doing my podcast with my partner. What are you guys dumb or blind? Which one?
I think at this point in time, they're just checking you out on your Instagram page without actually bothering to read anything, and then to see the tell anonymous, and then just like, fuck it, let's ask.
Aww. You guys have little crushy crushes. Oh, you would have a little crushy crush. Boop, 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 boop. Bet you it's that Josh Bentley.
Spam your fucking story with me. Spam your fucking story with pictures of me.
Um,
Pricks.
oh, is your cane quivering for the rich woman? I just love you.
You want to bring up the cane?
No, no, no.
That's what I thought.
How about that? No. So that's all the Tell Anonymous that I have time for. So, whoa, we're moving. Piss the wires. Sorry. Um. So we wanted to. Would you shut the?
There's a lag. I'm sorry.
Shh. It's quiet time. It's quiet time. Shh. I love you. You're fine. You can be lit. We
Shut the
wanted
fuck up.
to.
I love you. Shut the fuck up.
We are going to talk more in depth of long distance relationships and how we've sort of survived in our relationship. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not fucking easy. It's the most difficult thing you will do. It's the most difficult type of relationship to be in. That's healthy. It's very hard to stay healthy in a long distance relationship. You struggle to make time for yourself and also struggle to balance time appropriately with your partner. Like our long distance relationship is going to get more difficult soon, um, depending on if he gets a second job or not, which hopefully we're hoping to hear back. um,
Hopefully.
hopefully, and our relationship will get more difficult, and we will have to have a specific day set aside for each other. Um,
Yep.
That's really soft and squishy on my mouth. Um,
So one of the things that we have struggled in our relationship was making sacrifices on things that we enjoy doing. For me, I avid video gamer. I love playing video games, but a lot of times it got excessive. You know, there would be times I'd play for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours consecutively, and all the while I wouldn't know that she's wanting attention and wants to ask me to get off, but doesn't feel comfortable enough to ask me. But by the time I get off, she's gone beyond I want attention to this motherfucker has done pissed me the fuck off. So now suddenly I'm in trouble for playing video games for 8 hours because I couldn't read her mind. So getting her to be able to open up and talk about what she's feeling and what she wants and stuff like that, while also cutting back on how much I play video games, has been a bit of a struggle. Right now, I've basically stepped away from video games altogether, just because I don't have the time. I'm looking towards getting a second job, which means I'm going to be working anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, um, for back to back. I leave one job, I go to the next. It's 5 to 6 days a week. That's what I'm going to end up doing. And there's just not going to be much time to play video games. So really stepping away from that. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, I miss playing video games. I'm not going to lie. Um, just because it was a nice de-stressing moment, I guess you could say. Even though a lot of times I got pissed off. But that's just the gamer in me. I hate to lose. But so helping each other, being able to talk about when we have moments where we want attention and when we have moments that we don't, um, has been a bit of a struggle for us because as much as we don't want to admit it, I'm going to say it and she's going to deny it. We are obsessed with each other. We are addicted to each other. We are obsessed with each other. We crave each other constantly. And yes, that does become a bit of an issue at times because there's going to be times, like, I'm going to be honest. After this podcast, I love you to death. I do. And I love spending time with you. But if you don't go to fuck to sleep, I'm going to have an aneurysm. Okay? I want my me time, okay? I love you. I do. I will gladly do whatever you want. Just leave me the fuck alone for at least like 2-3 hours. Let me finish my anime I'm watching. I'm a bit of a fixation on it right now. And being able to say that without feeling guilty for it has been something that has taken us almost 4 years to do. If you had asked me to do the same thing a year ago, I'd have looked at you and went, "You're fucking nuts," because she'll leave me if I do that. Um, if I tried to have time to myself, my concern was she was going to leave, and her concern was I was gonna stop loving her. I don't text her for 20 minutes; she thinks I stopped loving her. Um, so yeah, so it's been tough to figure this all out. It's never easy and it takes time, but you have to have those conversations. You have to sit down and have those conversations and work through this stuff. Otherwise, you're just gonna fail. Having your own time is not bad. You should not, do not, and all the other terms feel guilty for having your own time or asking for your own time. There's gonna be times you need it. And she's working on doing the same for me. She still looks at me and gets all sad and goes, "Hey, baby, I kind of want, if that's okay with you, have my own time." And I'm just like, "Woman, if you want your own time, just look at me dead in the eyes and go, I want you to fuck off for 2 hours." Or however long you need. Just tell me to fuck off. Go watch anime. Go play video games. Go do something else. Okay? Go start eating a block of cheese for all I fucking care. Just fuck off. She's getting there, but she's not there yet. She's still too polite about it. Because she still wants me to love her when she comes back. And she doesn't realize I will always love her.
Yeah, having your own time is so fucking important. We, for the longest time, 3 years, didn't end the call at all. We slept on call. We lived on call, basically. And while that was nice to have that person there constantly, kind of like when you phone a friend randomly to just do shit around your house, not even talk, it became that constantly, and it became suffocating almost. And it was incredibly difficult to navigate that because you would want to lay there and just scroll on your phone, but there would always be a sense of, I should really be paying attention to him right now. But you just couldn't do it. So now, learning and accepting that we both needed that space and that few hours, even if we're both at work, just not being on call and not constantly texting was nice. Having our own time, having our own separate lives is nice because when I'm out there, why are you looking at me like that?
I've just remembered something from Friday. Not constantly texting, not constantly talking. Oh, but stalking me and my job on Google Earth is fine.
It was fine. It was
I
cute.
got
I
a
was
message just when I got to work, just with a picture of my job from Google Earth going, "Excuse me, where are you? You're late." I'm like, I just pulled in the parking lot. Where did you get that picture?
um
God, she stalked me all the way from home to my fucking job.
I always do that though. I always go on Google Earth and look at the house and look at your job. I want to see what it looked like. So I wasn't like, oh my God, that's what this is when I get there. I want to be familiar with things. I tried to find your dad's address as well, but I couldn't. I like went into like where I remembered and then I would try to like go down the road and remember, but I couldn't remember. But having your own time is certainly a key to having a healthy relationship, you're still two separate people. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you stop being separate people. It just means that you are going to be spending a lot more time with that person, but it's still okay to be separate people. Um, it's still okay to be you and need your own
Now, with all
time.
that bearing in mind, you had stopped talking and there was an opening. My bad. Go ahead and finish.
Um, it's okay to be separate people, but you do need to have date nights and you do need to make time for each other and you do need to make time for your relationship and not fuck around with other people. It doesn't, just because you're separate people doesn't mean you're single. You're not single people, you're just needing your own time. Um, Another thing to stay healthy is genuinely, everyone says this, and you're like, yeah, fucking whatever, is communication. And I don't mean just talking and texting, I mean setting boundaries, talking daily, asking if there's things at the end of the day that has upset one another, if there's anything that you need to work on in the relationship. One of the things that helped us last year was monthly meetings. And it sounded like we would schedule them improper. Like I would send him an email. It was great. Was monthly
Yeah,
meetings.
it was fun as fuck. Like they were serious conversations. Don't get me wrong; they were all serious. But we had a little bit of fun with it. She'd send the email and be all formal, and I'd reply all formal. We'd have like 3 or 4 emails back and forth about this that inevitably led to flirting and a bit of inappropriate professional banter and stuff like that. And it just but it was fun. It was funny. We enjoyed it. It made the conversation serious, but also not life threatening.
Yeah.
And one thing, yes, I will say this: we having separate lives when you're long distance is important. Having that separate life in person is a little bit different. Um, there's a lot more instances where you don't have to be joined at the hip in long distance, but there's a lot of situations in person that it's okay to be joined at the hip. Like I can go shopping without her, but when she's here, that's different. I will bring her. She will come with me if I'm going to the gas station. If I'm just going to get gas, she's gonna come with me because she probably wants something. There's times where it's like, okay, I'm gonna offer this, best way for me to put it, hip to hip situation that to see if she wants to do it. And there's going to be a lot of times that we both know it, we're both waiting for it, and to be honest, we both really want it to fucking happen where we're going to be glued at the hip consecutively for a lot of time. If I'm going out into the garage to clean, it would not surprise me if she comes out there and just sits out there and listens to music or does whatever the fuck she wants to do. Just to be in the same room with me, and that's okay. I get to do what I need to do, and she's still in the same room.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be times where I'm probably gonna go out to cut the fucking grass, and she's probably gonna be in the house doing fucking laundry. That's okay. Don't need each other for that. But if I'm out, if she finishes her laundry, she's probably gonna come sit on the back porch.
Yeah.
That's okay. She might bring me a drink. Who knows?
Of course I will. Um, yeah. Transitioning from long distance to in person, we only did it for 4 months and it was constant. Although there was a few instances where he was like, "Hey, I'm nipping out to go to the shop to get fuel. Do you want to come?" And I was actually just waking up from a nap and I was like, "No. You know what? No. Off you go. You go do that. I'm going to stay here." And it was fine. Granted, I did get FOMO, and I was like, "Damn, I should have went. I could have gotten myself a monster." Because he didn't bring me one back, guys. He didn't bring me one.
I learned quickly from that mistake. If I buy something for myself, I need to bring her something too.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Um, we'll do a separate podcast on transitioning from long distance to living. Um, when that happens, I can't exactly say from right now. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't foresee how it's going to be. So
I
once
kind of right now one of the things. That's why I'm trying to get a second job, is so that we can find that exact date.
Yeah. Um.
That's really soft, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very squishy. I like having the P's and B's cover. Um. That reminded me of something in my ecolalia. Really wants to finish it. You're giving me bees, babe. It's peas, peas. You're throwing bees at me. It's peas, babe. Um, yeah, with the Tupperware. Say that again. Tupperware. First word. First syllable. Tub. Wrong. You're throwing bees at me. It's peas, babe. Peas.
On so many levels. Peas, my
um,
guy. Peas, babe.
it's peas, babe. Um, which I'm with the first guy. It should be Tupperware. It's a tub.
It's a tub that you put things in.
Yeah, so why is it Tupper? Tupperware. Fucking suck a dick. It's should be bees. Anyway,
I don't think it used to be. I think it used to be tub.
I don't know. Um,
Just lag. You know.
well, that's because you've put me on your monitor and you're being a dick about it. That's why.
I won't do it next time, okay? I'm not changing it right now.
No, I know you're not. Um, how about this? I'll tell you when you can talk. Cool. So, yeah. So communication is a big thing, and I mean sitting down either at the end of every day, every week, every month, every 3 months, quarterly, fucking half, 6 months, yearly. I don't care how you do it. Sit down and talk about your relationship. If there's things that people need to work on, if there's something that upset you, if there's a situation that keeps arising that's really like needs to be fixed and sorted, talk about it. Set a day where you're going to talk about these things, be that weekly, monthly, quarterly. I don't care. Set those days, and I promise you it'll become natural. It will become routine to immediately bring those things up. And it will help your relationship thrive so fucking much. It helped us, and it's helped countless other people. Um, Talking just helps. If he's upset me, granted, it takes me a while to admit when I'm upset, and I refuse to do it. I'll just deal with it myself. He won't let me. He won't let me just deal with it myself. So, um, but it does take a lot. And in our relationship, we've had a lot of trauma in past relationships, both of us. So having to deal with that trauma and process that trauma and then going into a healthy relationship that wasn't actually healthy the first 3 years. Our relationship wasn't healthy. Looking back on it now, it wasn't fucking healthy. Um, it wasn't abusive. It was just toxic in a lot of ways. So going from being in a abusive relationship on my part anyway, in the past, to coming into a semi-healthy relationship, which was actually toxic, and then 4 years, and now it's healthy. It's an incredibly difficult thing because you're still expecting things to go wrong. You're still expecting that toxicity to rise. You're still expecting other things to happen, and it's incredibly difficult to deal with. So voicing your concerns, your fears, your anxieties is so important, so that your other half can reassure you and help you in any way. If not, help you find the help that you need. So communication is so important. Um, trust. Trust is a huge thing. Um, if you don't trust your person, you really need to either fix that, work on it together, and figure out why you don't trust that person. If it's a gut feeling, if it's something that they're doing, work on it. If they refuse to work on it, they're refusing to let you trust them for a reason, and you should walk away. Um, Respect as well. If you don't respect someone, why are you with them? Kind of a thing. Kind of thing. Um, um, Trust, respect, and communication is the biggest things, the biggest foundations of a relationship. Other than that, learning each other's love languages is a huge thing. I I have so many love languages that all need to be met at the same time, and it took Dakota a long time to realize that it's not all of them all of the time. It's certain situations that call for different love language. There's certain feelings and emotions that need different love languages. It's not all of them all of the time. It is situations that need different things. If I'm feeling sick, I need acts of service, basically. I think that's what it's called. Where he'll make me food, he'll bring me drinks, he'll tuck me into bed, he'll make sure I'm okay. But it's also um, physical contact. I need cuddles. It's that kind of things. But if I'm happy and I'm feeling confident, it's words of praise. It's that kind of a thing. Words of affirmation. That's what it is. It's those things. It's all different. And he learned my love languages eventually. His are very simple. I've been meeting his love language needs since day one. But I'm very, very intuitive on that thing. I have a very high emotional IQ, so my ability to meet people's needs right off the bat is, I would like to say, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but my ability to meet people's needs is as quick as a flash, really. I'll speak to someone, I'll immediately know what they need from me because of how they hold themselves. You can speak now.
I am going to slightly correct you on that. You are very intuitive when it comes to people's love languages and stuff like that, and meeting those requirements and stuff like that. You are very intuitive on that. The only thing is that you're not quite there on the timing aspect. There have been a few times, and you know this, where I have wanted to be, best way to put it, held. And it has taken you 45 minutes to an hour to recognize that. So you are very intuitive on it, but you're just a little bit slow to recognize, hey, this is what he needs right now. But other than that, you do meet them, a little delayed, but you do, and that's rare occasions that you're a bit delayed on that. It's mainly when I am, for lack of better words, gone ballistic, where I am basically on the edge of losing complete control of
Yeah,
myself.
why the fuck would I want to hug you if you're enraged? I have a natural born, ingrained in me
Enraged, yeah, that I
trauma.
can understand.
It just, hmm. It is due to my trauma that if you're mad, through no fault of your own, you have never given me the impression that you were going to hit me. My mother has. So when you're mad, my
Yeah.
immediate instinct is to crawl inside myself, not move, don't make a sound, don't make a fucking eye twitch, don't blink, don't do fuck all to bring the attention to me. Otherwise, you're going to come over to me and hit me. You're going to take it out on me. And it's taken me a long time to not immediately shut down when you're mad. Half of the time you're mad, you're just hungry. And I know that now. And I'm like, oh, I could just fucking throw a slab of
Yeah.
cheese at him and he'll be fine. But it's taken me a long time to.
And there's been recognize that, yeah, I know. And there's been times that I wasn't hungry. We had just eaten. I wasn't hungry. I was just stressed and felt uncontrollable. I felt like I was losing grasp of everything around me. um, and so, and it's taken. There have been times, yes, where I have, because of my ADHD, I have lost control of my temper. I have never struck her. I never would. Never will. Never have. Not going to. But there have been times that, yes, I have gotten angry, and she has seen it, and she has shut. She is all but shut down. And it has taken her a little bit of time of me venting and her watching my body language for the indications that my body is slowly running out of steam. Essentially, I'm a dying battery. When I start hitting that dying battery moment, that's when it clicks into her head, oh shit, I shouldn't be shut down right now. He needs something. And it's something that she can provide. A lot of times it's just I'm bouncing everywhere. I've got everything is in my focus and nothing is in my focus at the same time, and that's overwhelming. I'm overstimulated and I need help grounding myself to a single point. And a lot of times, and I gotta say it, she just walks up, grabs me by my shirt, forces me to look at her, and either does one of two things. Either kisses me or looks at me and goes, fucking stop it. Look at me and stop. And usually the kiss works a lot better, and that, if I'm gonna be honest, is the more preferable method, but you know, hey.
There was there was
We know
one
what that leads
time
to.
there was one time when I was out there and his dad was over and they got into a fucking argument. I don't even know what it was about. I was just like, I was playing with your son and we were having the best time. I was playing with his cars, blah, 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 blah. And next thing I know, I was hearing shouting. I was like, what the fuck? So I look across, they're screaming at each other. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So I tell you to go into the bedroom to calm down. I look at your dad and I'm like, I'll be back in a second. Tell your son that I'm going to be back in a second. I walk into the room. You're pacing. You're furious. I don't even know what about. And I just look at you and I just go, okay. Is that what we're doing right now? Okay. And I just walked up to him and I snogged the shit out of him. And then I stepped back and I was like, we better now? We good? We calm down? And you were like,
Because, okay, so she caught me completely off guard because I was so mad and I was so lost in the anger. I didn't physically hear or see her walk into the room. All of a sudden, I've been grabbed and being kissed. And it's aggressive and hard enough that it actually knocked me off my feet and I fell onto the bed. Um, and it's just, it caught me by surprise, and my natural reaction to her touching me or kissing me is to just go into it all as much as I can. And naturally, I grabbed her and I pulled her closer, and I continued the kiss. But what I didn't realize was when she did that, I had just fully exhaled. There was no oxygen in my lungs. So when she broke away, my brain suddenly went, oh my god, you're suffocating. Breathe, motherfucker. And as soon as she stepped away, I looked at her and she watched the hesitation and suddenly it's just just sudden breathe. I was like, fuck, what happened?
I factory reset that motherfucker.
Yeah, obviously. And obviously, she stepped closer and she was a little more softer and a little more gentler, and we ended up making out for like 15 minutes. I wanted more. It was plain and obvious I wanted more, but, you know, my kids were in the other room.
Yeah. And I
And my
was
father
making
was in the
dinner.
house.
I was mid making dinner and like just screaming happened. I was like, the fuck? No, we're not having that household. I just escaped that fucking household. We're not about to be in this household. Absolutely not. And I came back.
So,
You walked out. You were
that
all
was my
happy. It was great. But yeah. So
And and my father, in that moment when I walked out, my father single-handedly pissed her off. Because as soon as I walked out, he looked at me and went, "You ready to continue having this conversation?" And the same attitude as when we were having the argument. 15 minutes had gone by and he was still in that mood. And she just looked at him and went, "Nope, you're gonna drop the conversation, or you can leave." He had pissed her off in a single sentence, just because of how he spoke to me after she had calmed me down. Because the way he spoke to me was enough to rile me back up if he continued to talk to me like that. And I'm gonna be honest, if it had kept going, I'd have swung on him. Because he was making me that mad, and I'm not the kind of person to swing on people. I don't like hitting people. It's not what I like. I hate it. I can't stand it. But when my anger gets up to the point where I'm no longer physically seeing anything, yes, I am moments away from swinging. Because my goal is to get you the fuck away from me as fast as I can. It's a self-protection thing. Hit them, they go down. You can leave without being stopped. So for me, it's more of a, I need to escape the situation. Okay, let's swing. Nothing else has worked so far, so let's use the last resort. And luckily, I've never had to do that. It's never actually happened. But that's the reason why I fight so much to control my anger, and why it's such a big issue in our relationship, because everything under the sun can be a fucking trigger for my anger. And I spiral so fast when my anger gets triggered. She has mere moments to stop me from spiraling down before I go, I can't fucking do this, I'm leaving. And I walk the fuck out. And I get in my truck and I go 100 miles an hour down the fucking interstate. And so she's learned when to just go, okay, we're at that point, let's stop this right now. And luckily, I'm so thankful that she's figured that out, and that she doesn't feel like she's in danger around me because of my anger. And yeah, I know a lot of you are going to go, oh, if you get that angry, you're going to hit her one day, you're going to be toxic. You can fuck right off. Nine times out of 10, she does one of three things. Grabs me and tells me to stop, kisses me aggressively as fuck, which, let's be honest, that's very nice. Or suddenly, my pants are off. Because she did that once, too.
Did I?
Yes. The
I
camper. Do you not remember how the camper situation started? We were having there was an argument in the camper. I'm not going to tell the full story. I'm not going to go into great detail, but we were having a little bit of a discussion in the camper because we were both angry, and we had a conversation in the house, and we had both said, "All right, fuck this conversation. Let's walk the fuck away." She went to the camper. I paced around the house. I realized that pacing around the house was not going to calm me down. The only thing that could calm me down was her. So I went out there to her, and and because I came out there to her, she immediately recognized, this motherfucker will do whatever I want him to do. So that conversation kind of escalated a little bit, and I think I said something along the lines of, I think we actually were having a conversation, aggressive conversation, about me being angry about the previous conversation. And we were trying to discuss and figure out ways to calm me down while we were both still angry. And I went, well, just fucking do something. And she went, okay. And just hand down and immediate reaction. Boing. I was like, bet.
Your poor family. My poor family. Oh my god.
Oh, it's not as... Okay, look, your dad refers to stuff that we have done as... Was it? Bedroom acrobatics.
My poor
okay?
dad.
It cannot get any more embarrassing than that. Like, I'm sorry I broke your brand new bed. It's not my fault.
I paid 80 quid for that
Slightly
bed.
my fault.
It's entirely your fault.
It's entirely my fault. It's an entirely metal bed as well. And I bent and broke the metal beams. The support beams that went underneath them. I take pride in that. I hope you know
Of
that.
course you do. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Communication, trust, respect is all needed for long distance relationships. Any relationships, really. But in regards to long distance relationships, space. Time is space. But we are almost at an hour of you interrupting me. So we are going to end this podcast.
So, and I'm going to say one last thing, and then we can end the podcast. a lot of the techniques that we do, that we talk about, that we do, is not going to work for everyone. I can't guarantee if your man is angry, sticking your hand down his pants is going to calm him down. It very well could piss him off even more. It
Please
just
have a
happens to
previous
work with us.
conversation about that kind of a stuff. Don't just do that shit. Everybody needs consent.
She happened to do it because she also recognizes that her touching me completely will change my emotion, my mental state, my reactions to things. It will completely change. So in that moment when I went, just fucking do something, she took it as consent and she chose the most out of pocket fucking shit to do, and it worked. It worked a bit further than I think she expected it to. Because I'm pretty sure she will never forget the memory of what happened because she did that. So having conversations, sitting down and talking about, like, when you get out of control, what can I do? When she gets out of control, I know what to fucking do. She since day one, she's basically given me the consent to do this, and I've never actually had to do it because it's never gotten to that point. There have been a few times it has gotten to that point, and I should have done it, but I was a bit too unstable for that. So talk to your partner about what will work and what won't work. You can use some of the stuff that we do as suggestions, but unless your partner and you are both the same, as identical to how we are, it's probably not going to work. So there's going to be trial and error. Don't be afraid to experiment on this stuff to figure out what works and what doesn't.
This is just what worked for our relationship. It might not entirely work for yours, so communication, practice that. Um yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, leave a follow, leave a subscribe, all the usual fucking YouTube crap. Um yeah. See you guys next week.